Archangel Michael says, I will never talk to you if you skip me now. A big tragedy is coming your way. I am trying to save your life. You will receive into your open immediately. My beloved child, before you even blink, allow these words to reach the deepest chamber of your spirit, because something huge is waiting for you. Right now, at this exact moment, Archangel Michael is standing closer to you than he has in months. His wings are trembling with urgency. Not because he fears for himself, but because he fears what is racing toward you. He has been trying to warn you for days, sending signs, sending shadows, sending numbers that repeated again and again, yet you didn't fully understand. And now, he insists you do not scroll, not even an inch. The tragedy he sees is not a small disruption. It is something that could silence your joy, your peace, your stability, if you ignore this message. That is why he says, my beloved, if you skip me now, I will never speak again. Not out of anger, but because after this moment, fate shifts into a zone where warnings are no longer allowed. He is trying to save your life, your path, and your destiny with everything he has. But listen closely, the danger is not what you think. It is not a person running behind you. It is not an accident waiting outside your home. It is something far more hidden, far more subtle, and far more destructive. A spiritual interference sent toward you by someone whose heart carries jealousy like poison. Someone who smiles with their lips but curses with their thoughts. Someone who has watched your progress quietly and hated every second of it. Archangel Michael says this person recently made a move, something dark, something intentional. They thought you would never know. They thought you would fall into the trap. But they did not know, heaven watches even when humans pretend. And now the energy they sent is circling you like a storm waiting to strike. That is why Michael is shouting your name in desperation. That is why you feel chills right now. That is why your heart is beating differently. He wants you to understand, you were not meant to face this alone. A divine shield is being activated for you, but it can only rise if you stay, if you listen, if you receive. And here comes the part they never expected you to hear. You are about to receive something massive from the universe, something you prayed for, something you needed, something that can flip your entire situation overnight. A blessing so powerful that even the heavens tremble when it moves. This is why negativity rushed toward you, because your blessing is no longer far. It is inches away. Michael says, you will receive into your hands what destiny wrote for you long ago. A breakthrough. A message. A miracle. A confirmation. A shift so life-changing that the ones who doubted you will fall silent. But before this blessing enters your life, the threat must be removed. That is why he brought you here. That is why he held your spirit and pulled you to this exact moment. Because once you survive this tragedy, once the shield activates, once the danger dissolves, the blessing will burst into your life like lightning. And Michael says he will personally place it before you, so you never question your worth again. Amen. My cherished soul, the moment you continued to part 2, Archangel Michael whispered, good, they are listening. Now I can move faster. Something huge is waiting for you, and with every second, the spiritual pressure around you is shifting. You may not realize it yet, but the energy in your room, your body, your thoughts, everything has started vibrating differently. This happens only when an unseen force is being pushed away by divine intervention. Michael shows a vision. A dark thread tied to your destiny, placed there by someone whose envy has been growing like fire. They pretended to celebrate you, but inside, their heart raged every time you smiled, every time you succeeded, every time light touched your life. They sent this thread toward you not by accident, but with intention. They wanted delays, they wanted confusion, they wanted your path to blur so deeply that you'd question your worth. Yet here you are, breaking through their shadows simply by staying and listening. Michael says the moment you complete this message, the thread that was meant to bring tragedy will snap like it never existed. That's why he begged you not to skip. That's why he said this is your last chance. Because this moment, this exact moment, is where your destiny splits into two possible futures, and your choice to stay is pushing you into the brighter one. But there's something even more powerful unfolding. Michael reveals that someone, somewhere, spoke your name with intention recently. Not in hatred, no. This time, it was in pure worry, pure love, pure hope. Their words traveled spiritually and created a shield around you that even the negative energy couldn't break fully. This person either loves you deeply or misses you painfully. They think about you more often than you know. And because of that emotional connection, their energy formed a protective circle that slowed down the tragedy meant for you. Michael says you have no idea how close you came to experiencing a major downfall, emotionally, financially, or spiritually. But now, because you are here, because you didn't scroll, because you stepped into divine timing, heaven is rewriting the outcome. You may feel a heaviness lifting from your chest as you read this. That is not imagination. That is not coincidence. That is your energy field clearing in real time as Michael works through your name. And now for the revelation that will shake your spirit. Michael says you are inches away from receiving a divine release, something the universe has been holding for the right moment. A message, a sign, a blessing, a shift, something that will touch your hands before you even realize it's happening. This is why the dark energy attacked. This is why jealousy rose. This is why destiny pulled you here today. Michael says, their blessing has matured. Their season has arrived. The miracle is ready. But before he places it into your life, he asks you to acknowledge this message with your heart, not your fear. For heaven does not operate on panic, it operates on awakening. The brighter path is opening now, and the shadow that tried to drag you down is dissolving. My sacred one, as you step into part 3, the heavens shift again. Michael lifts his sword, not in anger, but in protection. Something huge is waiting for you, and he refuses to let anything block it now. He shows a scene, a doorway of light opening in front of you, but just behind you stands a shadowy figure, someone from your past or present, whose intentions were never as pure as their words. This person doesn't need to speak to harm you, their thoughts alone release energy. Every time they envied your growth, the doorway dimmed. Every time they doubted you, the path narrowed. Every time they wished failure for you, your blessings slowed. But here is what they never expected: your spirit refused to break, and because you chose to listen today, Michael is cutting their influence permanently. The tragedy they hoped would reach you is weakening with every breath you take. The divine shield around you is becoming nearly impenetrable, and Michael says, now they can no longer touch what belongs to you. There is another truth he reveals. The universe has been watching you struggle silently. You have carried burdens that few people know about. You stayed strong when your heart was tired. You kept giving even when you were nearly empty. And because of that, the divine realm marked you for a rare blessing, something not everyone receives. Michael has been preparing this blessing for weeks, waiting for the exact moment your destiny aligned, and that moment is now. He shows a vision of something being placed into your hands. A message, an opportunity, a breakthrough, a shift that will flip your entire life direction. You will receive into your reality something so unexpected that even you will pause and wonder, is this really happening? Michael says yes, because what was delayed is now being delivered. What was blocked is now being opened. What was stolen energetically will be restored in abundance. The universe is aligning people, places, and events to bring this blessing straight toward you like a guided arrow. And now listen to this carefully. Michael says someone close to you is about to reveal their true face. For months, their energy has been unstable around you. Some days supportive, some days cold, some days jealous, some days unsure. They have been drifting between loyalty and insecurity, and the moment your blessing arrives, they will show their real emotion, either pure joy or pure envy. This revelation will change how you move forward. But Michael warns, do not panic. Do not fear. This exposure is part of your elevation. When the blessing touches your life, not everyone can remain. Some were meant only for the old version of you. The new version, the stronger version, the awakened version, that version needs a cleaner circle, a sharper intuition, and a brighter path. Michael says the next part will reveal who this person is and how the blessing will unfold. Stay with him. Do not move. The next truth will strike your soul with clarity. Amen. My radiant soul, the moment you entered part 4, Archangel Michael said, "Good, now the revelation can deepen. Something huge is waiting for you, and the spiritual atmosphere around your life is vibrating with urgency. You may feel a strange pressure on your chest or a sudden lightness. These are not random sensations. These are signs that Michael is pulling you out of a timeline that was never meant for you. He reveals a truth that will shake you. The tragedy approaching you was not natural. It was created. A mix of jealousy, negative intention, and spiritual interference formed a storm that was inching closer to your life without you realizing it. But now that you have reached this part, Michael says the storm is weakening. The shadow that tried to follow you has lost its path. The energy that tried to attach to your name is dissolving in real time. He is standing in front of you with his wings spread wide, blocking every unseen attack, every whispered curse, every harmful intention. He says, "My beloved, now the danger begins to collapse." But listen carefully, Michael is now revealing the identity of the person whose energy has been interfering with your path. This is someone who once acted close, someone who smiled in front of you, someone who pretended to wish you well, but their soul carried insecurity. This person compared themselves to you secretly. They watched your progress silently. They envied how the universe kept pushing you forward even when you were tired, even when you were doubting yourself, even when you thought nothing was happening. Their heart formed a quiet resentment, and that resentment turned into energetic interference. You may have noticed small signs. Sudden exhaustion after speaking to them, unexplained sadness, your plans getting delayed, your confidence dropping without reason. These were not coincidences. Michael says this person's energy mixed with the dark intention that was sent your way. But now, because you chose to listen, because you stayed, because your soul responded to divine timing, the influence they had over your life is breaking permanently. Michael's sword has cut their access to your destiny. And now the blessing begins to move, slowly, but strongly. Michael says, they are ready to receive. The universe has been preparing something extraordinary for you. A shift so powerful that when it enters your life, every struggle you faced in the last months will suddenly make sense. A message will arrive. A door will open. A breakthrough will show up in a way that feels impossible yet perfect. What was once blocked will become effortless. What was taken from you energetically will return multiplied. Your life is entering a stage where alignment will replace confusion, abundance will replace lack, clarity will replace fear. Michael says that as soon as the last trace of negative energy around you burns away, the divine release will fall into your hands like a gift written in your destiny long ago. Remain present. Do not disappear. The next part contains the revelation of how the blessing will appear and how your path will transform once you receive it. Michael says the next truth will crack open the final layer blocking your miracle. Amen. My awakened soul, the instant you stepped into Part 5, Archangel Michael's voice echoed with relief. They are still here, now the final layers can open. Something huge is waiting for you, and the energy around you is shifting faster than at any point in this journey. Michael shows a vision, a golden flame rising from the ground beneath your feet, burning through every hidden blockage that once clung to your path. This flame is not ordinary, it is divine fire, the kind that only appears when a soul is being elevated into a new destiny. You may feel a strange warmth in your hands or a sudden calm in your heart. This is Michael clearing the last spiritual dust around your energy field. He says, "My beloved, your spirit is stepping out of the old timeline. The tragedy no longer has a door to reach you. His protection has now locked the gateway where the negativity once entered, sealing it so powerfully that even the one who sent it cannot undo what heaven has secured for you. Now he reveals a truth he had been waiting to show you. The blessing you are about to receive is not random, not accidental, not ordinary. It is something that was held back for years, delayed, protected, hidden. Because you were not meant to receive it before your spirit matured. Someone once tried to block it. Someone once spoke against it. Someone once doubted you so deeply that even the universe paused to reconsider your timing. And yet, you grew anyway. You healed anyway. You survived anyway. And because of that, heaven has rewritten your fate with divine mercy. Michael says the blessing coming toward you is shaped like an opportunity. Something unexpected, something life-changing, something that will make you stop and whisper, "This had to be divine." You will receive into your hands something that removes a weight you've carried for far too long. A shift in finances, a shift in relationships, a shift in destiny, whatever form it takes, it will feel like your soul finally exhaling after months of silent pressure. But before this blessing lands, Michael reveals another layer of truth. Someone is watching you from a distance, spiritually or emotionally. Not with jealousy, this time with longing. This is a person whose connection to you never fully died. They think of you at night. They wonder about you more often than they admit. And recently, your name slipped from their lips in a moment of deep emotion. That single moment sent a wave of energy toward you that Michael used to strengthen your protection. Their care for you, whether silent or unspoken, played a role in stopping the tragedy from entering your life. You may feel flashes of their presence, memories resurfacing, or thoughts of them appearing unexpectedly. This is not coincidence. This is energetic alignment preparing you for a season where truth replaces confusion. The universe is clearing space for genuine connections and removing the ones that drain you silently. Michael says the next part will reveal how this blessing will manifest physically and how your life will transform the moment it arrives. He warns, do not stop now. You have come too far. What comes next is the revelation they were destined to hear. The path is glowing. The divine current is rising. Your breakthrough is inches away. Amen. My destined soul, the moment you opened Part 6, Archangel Michael breathed a powerful truth into the spiritual air around you. Now their timeline can shift completely. Something huge is waiting for you, and right now, your energy is entering a phase where nothing from your past, no shadow, no jealousy, no unseen force can hold you back anymore. Michael shows a vision, a massive doorway of light rising before you, and behind it, folded within layers of divine timing, lies the blessing that was meant to arrive months, perhaps even years, ago. This doorway is glowing intensely now because you have finally stepped into alignment with it. Your spirit is ready. Your heart is open. Your destiny is unlocked. Michael says that if you could see what is approaching you spiritually, you would fall to your knees, not from fear, but from overwhelming relief. The tragedy, the danger, the interference, all of it is losing its grip, fading like smoke disappearing into the wind. Now Michael reveals a hidden truth about your energy. You were carrying something that did not belong to you. Emotions that were not yours. Doubts that were planted in you. Fear that was whispered into your spirit by people who did not want you to rise. These energies sat on your chest, clouded your mind, and drained your motivation. That heaviness you felt on random days, that sudden sadness, that confusion, those bursts of anxiety without reason, those were spiritual weight loads transferred to you by someone whose intentions were not pure. They wanted you weakened. They wanted you distracted. They wanted you emotionally unstable so you could not step into your divine moment. But now, as you read this part, Michael is lifting those energies from you one by one. He says some of the emotional storms you went through were not your storms. They were sent to break you before the blessing arrived. But you survived every one of them. You outlasted every wave. You walked through shadows that were never meant to be yours. And because of that, heaven is rewarding you with a breakthrough that will feel like a breath you have been waiting to release for far too long. And here comes the revelation Michael insisted must be shown now. Your blessing is closer than your doubts, closer than your fears, closer than your past. It will arrive in a form that feels guided, timed perfectly, impossible to ignore. You will receive into your reality something that shifts the direction of your life permanently. A message may come. A call may appear. An opportunity may rise from nowhere. A door you thought was closed forever may suddenly open. Michael says this blessing will not feel small, it will feel like destiny grabbing your hand and pulling you into a completely new season of your life. The blessing is already in motion, already approaching, already aligned. The universe is clearing your path, removing the people who slow your spirit, breaking the energies that dim your light. And he warns. The moment this blessing touches your life, someone's true intentions will be exposed instantly. Not to hurt you, but to free you. Stay present. Stay aligned. Part 7 will reveal the turning point, how the blessing strikes, and how Michael protects you during the transition. Amen. My rising soul, the second you stepped into Part 7, Archangel Michael's wings flared with a surge of light. Now their breakthrough accelerates, he says. Something huge is waiting for you, and the universe is rearranging itself in real time. Michael reveals a powerful image. Your destiny, once tangled by interference, is now untwisting like a knot loosening under divine touch. You may feel a strange calm, or a sudden intensity in your spirit. This is the moment your path divides from anything that once tried to limit you. The danger that followed you quietly, the negativity that tried to shadow your steps, the emotional heaviness that drained your strength, all of it is falling away. The tragedy that was forming around your life is collapsing like a broken foundation. Michael stands between you and what was meant to harm you, declaring, "No more. Their soul is under my command now." But he now pulls back another layer. A truth he says you were finally ready to hear. The blessing rushing toward you is not coming alone. With it comes justice. Someone who underestimated you, someone who spoke against you, someone who secretly wanted you to fail, is about to face a spiritual consequence they never imagined would reach them. Not because Michael seeks revenge, he does not work in revenge, but because divine balance requires that what was done in the shadows be corrected in the light. This person will soon wonder why everything they tried to send your way is now circling back to them. They will feel confusion, chaos, and pressure, not because you wished it, but because heaven is removing them from your energetic field. Michael says, when their energy leaves your path, the blessing will have room to enter. And that is exactly what is happening now. Your path is being cleared. Your name is being lifted. Your destiny is being realigned with supernatural precision. Now listen with your whole spirit. Michael reveals how the blessing will first make its presence known. You will receive a sign, a sudden shift, a message, a moment that makes your heart pause. It will be subtle, but powerful. Something will click. Something will align. Something will reach you that feels guided, timed, impossible to ignore. And after this sign, the real blessing will follow quickly. You will receive into your hands an opportunity, a breakthrough, or a message that changes your emotional, financial, or spiritual direction instantly. Michael says this blessing will feel like a key unlocking the door you have been knocking on for months. And once it opens, everything will move fast, faster than you expect, faster than you are prepared for, faster than your past can hold you. The universe has waited for you to reach this moment of readiness, and now that you have, the blessing can no longer be delayed. Michael urges you to continue, because the next part reveals the timeline of your blessing and the final message that will seal your protection. He says the revelation ahead is crucial. Amen. My illuminated soul, the moment you entered Part 8, Archangel Michael's presence intensified. Now the final veil lifts, he declares. Something huge is waiting for you, and the universe is positioning every event, every vibration, every shift around your life in perfect alignment. You may feel chills, warmth, or a strange focus in your spirit. These are signs that Michael is drawing you into the core of the revelation. He shows a vision, a divine scroll unrolling above your name, glowing with symbols of destiny. This scroll contains the blessing that was delayed, the miracle that was blocked, the breakthrough that was hidden. And now, the seal on that scroll is breaking. Michael has been waiting for you to reach this part because this is where the blessing begins to move from the spiritual world into the physical world. He says, "My beloved, heaven has finally said yes." But before this blessing enters your hands, Michael reveals one final truth about the person whose energy has been working against you. This individual is closer to you emotionally than you may realize. Their jealousy didn't begin suddenly. It grew slowly, fed by your resilience, your inner strength, your ability to rise again even when life tried to silence you. They could not understand how you kept going. They could not understand how the universe favored you even when you doubted yourself. Their heart darkened with comparison. Every time you healed, they hurt. Every time you grew, they shrank. Every time the universe protected you, they felt abandoned. This twisted energy formed a spiritual weight that clung to your path, making your journey harder than it needed to be. But now, that attachment is breaking. Michael has cut the final thread. The last shadow is dissolving. You are stepping out of their emotional influence forever. Now Michael turns your attention to what's coming, the transition into your blessing. He says the universe is preparing to deliver something that will feel like divine timing touching your life with precision. It may arrive through a message, a call, an unexpected opportunity, or a sudden inner knowing that pushes you into the right direction. What once felt blocked will suddenly open. What once felt delayed will move quickly. What once felt uncertain will become unmistakably clear. You will receive into your reality something that pulls you out of the chaos you've been trapped in. Michael says this blessing is not meant to just help you, it is meant to elevate you. To change your direction. To restore what was taken. To strengthen your spirit. To bring clarity where confusion once lived. And now he warns gently, when this blessing arrives, certain people will reveal their true colors instantly. Some will celebrate you with pure hearts. Others will withdraw, become silent, or show envy they once hid. Do not fear this exposure. Do not chase explanations. This is spiritual cleansing. This is destiny rearranging your circle so your new life does not collide with old energies. Michael says, do not cling to what heaven is removing. Make space for what heaven is sending. The next part, he insists, will reveal the exact energetic shift you will feel right before the blessing lands. Stay present. Stay aligned. The miracle is close enough to touch. Amen. My chosen soul, the second you stepped into Part 9, Archangel Michael whispered with a tone that shook the spiritual air around you, now they are standing at the doorway of manifestation. Something huge is waiting for you, and right now, your destiny is vibrating at a frequency so high that even the forces that once challenged you can no longer stand near your path. Michael shows a powerful vision, a beam of light descending over your name, clearing every leftover shadow, every fragment of doubt, every remaining trace of the danger that once followed you. The tragedy that tried to reach you is now completely dismantled. Its structure is broken. Its path is sealed. Michael stands before you like a guardian made of fire, declaring, "No harm shall enter their life. Not on my watch." He reveals something extraordinary now, the exact moment your energy began shifting. Recently, you felt something inside you change suddenly. A moment of deep fatigue, or sudden clarity, or unexpected emotion. You may have felt disconnected for a second, or overwhelmingly aware of something unseen. This was not random. This was the moment Michael intercepted the timeline that carried the tragedy and redirected your path toward divine protection. You were lifted out of a danger you never saw fully. The universe intervened in silence. Heaven worked behind the scenes. What could have happened, what nearly reached you, what was forming in the shadows, has now been dissolved completely. Michael says your spirit was too precious to allow destruction. He stepped in before the danger crossed the boundary of your destiny. Now he brings another revelation that will strike your heart with truth. Your blessing is in motion, faster than ever before. The universe is not preparing it anymore, the universe is delivering it. It is approaching your life like a wave of light that cannot be stopped. You will receive into your hands something so perfectly timed that you will realize instantly it was guided. This blessing will come in one of three forms. A message that changes your direction. An opportunity that opens a door you thought was locked. Or a breakthrough that breaks a long-standing cycle. Whichever form it takes, it will feel like destiny correcting itself. It will feel like something that was always meant to be yours finally reaching you. Michael says this blessing carries healing, clarity, and abundance all at once. It is not a small shift, it is a divine rerouting of your entire path. But here is the deepest truth of Part 9. Someone is about to feel your spiritual elevation before you even realize it yourself. This person, once emotionally connected to you, whether in friendship, family, or love, will suddenly sense something different about you. They will feel you pulling away from the old timeline and stepping into a new one. This may trigger unexpected reactions, sudden silence, sudden distance, unexpected curiosity, or even attempts to reconnect. Their soul feels your shift before their mind understands it. Do not be confused by their behavior. It is simply the energy of destiny rearranging your relationships so your blessing arrives with clarity, not chaos. Archangel Michael says the next part will reveal what sign will appear right before your blessing touches your life, and how you will know the divine moment has arrived. He urges you strongly, do not stop now. You are inches from transformation. Amen. My divine soul, the instant you opened Part 10, Archangel Michael stepped forward with a force so powerful it shook the spiritual realm. Now they are ready to see the sign, he declares. Something huge is waiting for you, and the universe is preparing to reveal it in a way that you cannot miss, cannot misunderstand, cannot overlook. Michael shows a vision, a glowing symbol hovering above your path, pulsing like a heartbeat. This symbol represents the moment your blessing crosses from the spiritual dimension into physical reality. He says your energy is now aligned, purified, and strong enough to hold what is coming. The danger that once surrounded you has been pushed so far away that it can no longer find you. The tragedy that once threatened your peace has been erased from your destiny. You are stepping into a timeline where everything that once weighed you down will begin to rise off your shoulders like smoke fading into the sky. Now Michael reveals the sign you will see right before your blessing reaches you. He says it will come through one of these forms, a repeating number that appears suddenly everywhere, a familiar name you haven't heard in a long time resurfacing unexpectedly, or a wave of calm rushing through your body without reason. This sign will hit your spirit differently. It will feel like a moment where the world pauses, as if the universe is whispering, "Pay attention. Something is coming." And when you feel that moment, know that your blessing is no longer a possibility, it is a guarantee. You will receive into your hands something so divinely timed that your heart will recognize it instantly. No confusion. No hesitation. No doubt. Michael says this blessing carries the power to change your emotional state, your financial path, or your spiritual direction in a single moment. It will not feel like chance. It will feel like destiny returning what was always meant to be yours. Now Michael lifts another veil, something no one has told you. When your blessing arrives, one person in your life will react in a way that exposes their true heart. This is someone who has watched your journey, someone who carries unspoken feelings or unresolved tension toward you. Their reaction will reveal everything. If they celebrate your blessing with genuine joy, they are meant to stay in your next season. But if they grow distant, silent, or uncomfortable, Michael says it is because your elevation pierces the insecurities they tried to hide. This truth is not meant to hurt you, it is meant to guide you. Your blessing will reorganize your emotional world. It will pull real love closer and push harmful energy away. Michael says the next part will uncover how your life will shift immediately after the blessing lands, and why the universe waited for this exact moment to release it. He urges your spirit, do not step away. Your transformation is unfolding now. Amen. My blessed soul, the moment you opened Part 11, Archangel Michael released a wave of light across your destiny. Now the transformation begins, he says with unwavering authority. Something huge is waiting for you, and as you read this, your energy is stepping into a level of spiritual maturity that even the shadows once feared. Michael shows a vision, the path in front of you splitting into two timelines, one dark, one radiant. Moments ago, the dark path still tried to pull at your ankles, whispering fear, doubt, confusion, misdirection. But now the radiant path is overpowering it with divine brilliance. Michael has placed his sword directly in the center, blocking any darkness from crossing into your future. He says, the battle is won. The danger has fallen. Their life is under divine correction now. Here comes a revelation you were destined to hear. Your blessing doesn't just change your situation. It resets your entire destiny. The universe has been holding something for you, waiting for the moment when your spirit could carry it without collapse. This blessing will shift the energy around your relationships, your finances, your opportunities, and your inner peace. It will feel like a sudden alignment, doors opening at the same time, clarity hitting you like lightning, a sense of purpose flooding your spirit. You will receive something that lifts you above every struggle you have endured recently. Michael says this blessing carries weight, glory, and divine timing. It is not simply a reward, it is a recalibration of your life. The universe is positioning you into a season where things that once felt impossible will now feel natural. Where situations that once drained you will fall away. Where people who never truly supported you will quietly exit your path. And now Michael reveals one of the deepest truths of your journey: your spirit has outgrown environments and energies that no longer match your purpose. That is why you felt disconnected from certain people. That is why conversations felt heavier than before. That is why you suddenly sense distance where there used to be closeness. This is not loss, it is divine separation. Your elevation created an energetic shift, and the universe had to remove certain vibrations to make room for your upcoming blessing. Michael says this will continue for a short time, people revealing their true intentions, behaviors shifting, connections fading, old cycles breaking. Do not fear this. Do not resist this. This cleansing is part of your divine reset. Only the souls aligned with your blessing will walk with you into the next season. My transforming soul, the moment you stepped into Part 12, Archangel Michael spoke with a depth that echoed across realms. Now they are ready to witness the manifestation, he says. Something huge is waiting for you, and the universe is aligning itself with a precision that only divine timing can create. Michael shows you a vivid vision, a golden pathway forming beneath your feet, glowing brighter with every step you take. This pathway leads directly toward the blessing that has been circling your destiny, waiting for one final energetic shift before anchoring into your physical reality. He says the shift is happening now, your spirit is entering the vibration where miracles occur easily, naturally, without resistance. The tragedy that once followed your energy is not only gone, it is irrelevant now. Your life has moved beyond that timeline entirely. Michael now reveals exactly how your blessing will appear physically. He says it will come in a form that feels unexpected yet unbelievably right. A message arriving out of nowhere. A phone call that instantly changes your direction. An opportunity you thought was lost suddenly reappearing. A door that was once locked swinging open effortlessly. Or a person returning or entering your life with timing so perfect you will know instantly that this is not coincidence, this is destiny. This blessing will not come slowly. It will not arrive in small pieces. It will manifest suddenly, clearly, unmistakably. You will receive something that shifts your emotional peace, your financial flow, your spiritual clarity, or all three at once. It will feel like the universe grabbed your life and turned it toward the light without warning. Michael says this blessing carries restoration. Something that was taken emotionally, spiritually, or energetically will be returned to you in multiplied form. Now he reveals the exact moment your life changes direction. It will happen during a period where your spirit feels strangely calm or unusually heavy, because that is when the old energy fully detaches and the new one anchors. There will be a moment, a single breath, where your intuition says, something just shifted. And from that moment forward, things will start falling into place unnaturally fast. Messages aligning. People appearing or disappearing. Opportunities opening. Stress dissolving. Synchronicities increasing. This is not instability, this is elevation. This is divine rearrangement. This is the universe clearing the way for what is finally entering your life without resistance. And now Michael reveals the emotional shift you will feel the second your blessing arrives. Your heart will feel lighter, suddenly. Your mind will clear, instantly. The confusion, the fear, the tension you carried silently will dissolve in a way that feels almost supernatural. You may feel a wave of warmth or a burst of tears or a powerful calm that feels unfamiliar but comforting. That is your soul recognizing its new timeline before your mind fully understands it. Michael says, when the blessing touches them, their spirit will glow with a strength they have not felt in years. My ascending soul, as soon as you stepped into part 13, Archangel Michael's voice deepened with divine certainty. Now they will understand why everything had to happen the way it did. Something huge is waiting for you, and the universe is preparing you emotionally, spiritually, and intuitively for the shift that is about to touch your life. Michael reveals a scene. A circle of light surrounding your name, and outside this circle, shadows representing people who were never meant to walk with you into your next season. These shadows stretch, fade, and disappear one by one as you rise. This is not punishment. This is divine separation. You are entering a timeline where your energy becomes too elevated for certain hearts, too protected for certain intentions, too powerful for certain environments. Michael now reveals who will be affected by your elevation. He shows that two groups of people exist around you. The first group are those whose spirits resonate with yours. These are souls who genuinely want your peace, your growth, your success. When your blessing arrives, they will feel joy, not jealousy. Relief, not resentment. Their energy will rise alongside yours because they are connected to you by purity, not competition. Your elevation becomes their inspiration. These people are meant to stay. They strengthen your path. They align with your higher purpose. The second group, however, consists of those whose hearts have been secretly conflicted about your growth. They may not have spoken negativity directly, but their spirit felt threatened every time you healed, every time you elevated, every time you survived another challenge. When your blessing touches your life, these individuals will feel exposed. Not because you confront them, no. Simply because your success will highlight everything within them that they tried to hide. Their insecurity. Their envy. Their unhealed wounds. They may withdraw, become distant, turn silent, or react strangely. Michael says, do not chase what the universe is pushing away. Let them go. Their exit is a part of divine protection. Now Michael turns your attention towards something deeper. Someone is silently tied to your destiny in ways even they don't fully understand. This person has felt your absence, your distance, or your emotional shift. They may appear calm on the surface, but internally, their spirit is wrestling with a pull toward you. They think of you unexpectedly. Your name enters their mind at random times. Their heart reacts when your energy changes. Michael says this soul is connected to your journey, not by coincidence, but by a spiritual thread woven long before either of you realized its purpose. This connection will resurface or strengthen after your blessing arrives, not before. Because the universe needed you to step into your power first. Only then can this connection unfold in clarity, not confusion. Now Michael explains why certain emotional shifts were necessary before your miracle could arrive. You were being prepared, emotionally sharpened, spiritually awakened, intuitively heightened. The heaviness you felt recently was not weakness. It was transformation. Your spirit was shedding old layers, layers of fear, attachment, doubt, and past pain. You could not carry your old emotions into your new timeline. They did not match your elevation. So heaven removed them one by one through experiences that pushed your soul to grow stronger. Michael says every tear you shed purified your path. Every disappointment redirected your destiny. Every loss created space for the blessing that is now approaching you like a wave of divine force.